Hey guys, my name is Jashan. Welcome back to another episode of Show and Tell, which, by the way, from this episode moving on, is no longer going to be called Show and Tell. I've decided to change the name to StoryTime. Why? Because I feel like I'm already calling it StoryTime. Everyone in the audience is calling it StoryTime. I don't think Show and Tell was the right name, so it's changed. In today's episode, we're going back to a video from back in November 2019 where Jayden and I wrapped Shammi's new G Wagon in photos of Jayden dressed as a fireman. And I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of my favorite videos that we've done over the years, just because how perfectly the whole thing came together. There was so much to do behind this video, but literally everything just came together so perfectly and the whole thing was done without a glitch. Jayden and I were actually sitting on this idea for a good 2, probably even 3 months. We were wanting to do this for a long time, but we just simply couldn't because there was just no way we could get Shammi's car available for 3 days without him knowing. And we were just waiting for a time that he would hopefully go down to Sydney or Melbourne or something like that for a few nights where we could actually get it. But then in November, we finally found our opportunity. I'd just been in Bali for about 2 weeks myself. And when I got back from holidays, I was ready to get back into some filming and stuff. But JJ had told me that, oh, Sham's now gone to Bali. And I was just like, what? Since when was he going to Bali? Apparently a few nights earlier, everyone was sort of drinking together and Shammi and his girlfriend at the time just decided to book a very last minute trip to Bali.
Instead of coming home, he ended up at the airport on the way to Bali.
So he was gone for that week and that was our opportunity to jump right in. First thing was first, we had to find someone that was available to wrap the car. And we literally only had the Monday to Friday to get this whole thing done because he was arriving back on the weekend. So I got straight onto it and started messaging pretty much all the wrapping companies around Gold Coast and Brisbane to see if there was anyone that could do it extremely last minute and kind of explain the situation. But as it turns out though, not too many people give a shit about you wanting to wrap your mate's car while he's away. Our brother's in Bali, so we want to wrap his car and it needs to be done today. Didn't really roll with a lot of people. But within the day, we heard back from a company called Exclusive Wraps who were in Brisbane. And turns out a few of them in there watched our videos as well, so they were pretty keen to be a part of this thing, getting back at Shammi. They said they'd probably need the car in there for a couple of days, and it was already Tuesday, and we needed to be done and dusted by Friday. So I said to them, yep, we'll drop it over first thing in the morning. And his first question was, do you have the artwork ready to go? Because we can start printing today if you're going to bring it in the morning. Obviously, none of the artwork was ready yet. We hadn't even done any of the photos. We didn't even know what the photos were going to be yet. But I didn't want to lose the opportunity to drop it in the next morning. So I kind of just told a bit of a white lie and just said, yep, I've got everything ready. Can I just send it to you in a few hours just because I'm not behind the computer at the moment? So that was it. We locked ourselves in for 8 a.m. the next morning. And that was probably our hardest hurdle done because it involved people that were outside of us. Me and Jayden were pretty excited. It was starting to look like we could actually get this done. So we quickly jumped in the car, headed to the costume store to try figure out what we were going to do. By the way, if you guys are enjoying these Storytime videos, then all I ask is that you leave a like and a comment down below. Doing that really helps these videos get up there in the algorithm. So if you have some of your favorite videos that you want to see some of the stories behind, then leave them in the comments and I'm trying to get through to as many of them as possible. Originally for this video, we were thinking of having different outfits on every side of the cars. One side would be the fireman, one side would be a cowboy, a Joker outfit. I think we ended up in that costume store for about 2 hours. Like every question we asked had about a half an hour story packing behind it.
The girls put it up in the back of the door so nobody would, he came in, found it and then he took it. He goes, that's it. He goes, and he knew it was mine, that I bought it for the girl.
And you know when someone's talking and they just don't stop, it's like they're not even breathing. You've just got to sort of stand there and cop the earload. Yeah, that was going on and we're just like, shit, we are running out of time here.
Everyone in there loves a good old chat, hey?
But we finally made it home and got straight into taking some photos. While we were shooting the fireman outfit, Jayden and I just could not stop laughing at the entire thing.
Oh no!
The photos we were getting out of it were just hilarious. So we decided that it's probably funnier if we just use the fireman. Cowboy was just like, I don't know, it just wasn't as funny. So we decided, nah, stuff the other costumes. We're just going to stick to the fireman and plaster the car in fireman photos. Got to the end of the day and we managed to get everything done and sent over to the company. And at that stage, we just had to put all of our trust into the guys that all the sizing and everything that they would just do perfectly. Before we go any further, I just want to give a massive shout out to the sponsor for this video. Yep, you guessed it. It's Squarespace. I feel like I don't even need to tell you guys anymore. You guys already know. I've been using Squarespace for a few years now for several of my websites, and to be straight with you, they're the best. Whether you're selling something online or you just want to have a portfolio, or if you're just running a personal brand, you can build a website to have as a landing page for businesses to contact you. They have a massive range of award-winning templates to suit any of your needs, and it's as simple as just swapping out all the content for your own and you're ready to go. You don't need to be an IT guru and know all this special coding and all of that. Anyone can jump on there and create a website easily and quickly. They even have a new video editing tool where you can edit just simple videos on there without having to worry about getting any other editing software or anything like that. They make it super easy to set up email marketing, and they pretty much have all the extensions you could possibly need to get your website to do exactly what you need it to do. So if building a website is something that has been in the back of your mind for a long time now, maybe this time's the time to actually click that link in description, start a free trial on there, build your website without even having to pay a cent, and then once you're ready to publish, use code Jashan at checkout and you're going to get 10% off any plan. Once again, thank you so much Squarespace for sponsoring this channel and other creators alike. You guys really help creators like myself, and you have a product that is easy to use and works extremely well. Alrighty, let's get back to some Fireman photos. The next morning came and Jayden met me at my place bright and early to head to Brisbane. While we were driving there, I messaged the guys just to make sure everything was all good and that we were on our way. And he messages back with a video showing everything being printed.
No way. Oh no. He's gonna love it.
And the rest of the trip there, we just could not stop laughing of what was about to happen and what Shammi's reaction would be. Finally, we got there, ran through all the prints, and they were looking unreal. Jayden starts noticing all these things about himself. He's just like, oh my God. He had a mad coffee stain on his teeth, and his underarm hairs were just weird.
How's the coffee stain in my front teeth? Oh, you should have brushed my teeth at least. Far out.
The guys there were amazing. They pushed us to the front of the queue, which meant we were able to get the whole thing done in the one day. We didn't even have to leave the car overnight. And once it was all wrapped and we were about to leave, Jayden and I started freaking out a bit that Sham would find out about this, because we had a bit over an hour drive home and it was about to come right into peak hour. And so we started thinking, oh no, we're going to be seen. People are going to take photos of the car and then start tagging Sham in it. We started thinking if we should just wait like 4 or 5 hours until it was like 8, 9 p.m. at night where it was dark and you couldn't really see it. But the guys had a whole bunch of different papers and stuff, so we ended up just taping paper over each of the images so we could drive it home without Sham noticing. We were still a little bit worried if people would be taking photos and tagging Sham, because even with the paper over it, he would have known something was up. We just didn't want him to know anything. But we made it home all good and hid Sham's car away for the next few days until Sham was arriving home. Needless to say, Shammi was pretty hungover and jet lagged from his trip when he got home, and he wasn't too happy with the whole situation.
I can see it's you, dickhead.
He full started to get worried about insurances might not cover things for particular reasons or anything like that.
My insurance company's not gonna fucking insure this.
You guys can watch the actual video to see his full reaction. But the part I found funny was Sham had no idea that you could actually take these things off yourself. We managed to convince him that it had to be done properly and you'd have to take it back to a car wrapping company for it to actually be taken off.
Dude, it's professionally wrapped. It's not a sticker.
And at the time, Shammi was already thinking about wrapping it into a satin black anyways. So these pictures ended up on the car for months before he finally took it in to be wrapped in satin black. And then the moment he saw how easily the guys were taking off this wrap, he could not believe that they were on there for that long.
You're kidding. You're telling me I could have taken it off this easy?
Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. This was one of my favorite videos that we've done in the past. We always seem to find some sort of hiccup or troubles when we come into videos, but this one just worked flawlessly. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, all I ask is that you leave a like and a comment down below. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're well on our way to 100,000 subscribers on this channel. If you have any videos you want to hear the stories behind, make sure to leave them in the comments and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time. Peace.
We did it. It actually happened.
This actually happened.
It actually happened. Dude, I'm scared for his... He hates me. He's not going to talk to me ever again, I don't reckon.